Hi folks, welcome to Series 2 of Creative Tech Fridays. My name's Stephen from Yarra Libraries, and we're excited to be partnering with our friends at State Library Victoria to bring you a series of videos on cutting-edge creative technologies, my favourite. We've got some really amazing toys and projects to share with you over the next few weeks. But most importantly, we can't wait to get this technology into your hands. All of Yarra Library's creative technology will be available for hands-on use in our free workshops once we are safely able to reopen to the public. Until then, I hope this video inspires you to have your own crafternoon, and we look forward to seeing you back in our branches soon. Today I'm at home, as I'm sure all you are as well, and with me I have my trusty sidekick, the Cricut Maker. This is a craft and textiles cutting machine. It uses various tool attachments to cut, score, and even draw patterns onto over 300 different materials. It allows you to get repeatable, fast, clean cuts that would make even the steadiest human hand jealous. And to demonstrate what it's capable of, my colleague Jackie is going to show you a stay-at-home sewing project. At the end of the project, we'll use this machine to add an extra bit of flair. I'm going to kick it over to Jackie now, but I'll see you later on to show you the Cricut Maker in action.
Today we're going to look at how to make a Japanese Boro bag. The project comes from a book of craft projects from the Victorian Albert Museum, which are all based on objects in their collection. We're going to extend the project somewhat by taking a digital image and cutting it out on the Cricut. I'm going to show you how to do this and some of the different file types you're going to need to know. Boro is a Japanese term. It means something like repaired. Before cotton in Japan, fabric was handmade using linen and hemp and ramie. As garments were worn out, they'd be repaired with patches. And so sometimes you'd have these robes that had generations and generations of people work on them. So basically what we're doing is we're taking bits of fabric, any bit of fabric from anything that you have, and using it to create these Boro bags. The thing about sewing is that if you really think about it, it's fabrication. It's working in 3 dimensions and making stuff happen. And so it's got a lot in common with technology. The great thing about this project is that it also fits in really well with ideas of sustainability and the environment as we make do with what we have. These are the handles, just doing 3 lines of sashiko stitching. The point of the stitching is to just strengthen the fabric, and it's a little bit decorative. To make the bag, you just need a piece of fabric for your backing, which can be from anything, and 2 pieces of fabric for the handles. The bag can be any size. So the running stitch is all the way along the bag as well. Stitch is called, this use of running stitch is called sashiko. Sashiko means something like little pierce. Now I'm not really concerned about how far away my stitches are from each other. The idea behind this type of work is a particular kind of beauty called the beauty of practicality. So we show our stitches, show our seams, and the way that the object is made. Imperfect is its own kind of perfect. Okay, I found these beautiful illustrations on the Internet Archive. I want to use this kind of shape of waves on my Boro bag. I'm going to get the Cricut to cut out this really difficult shape that would be hard for me to do by myself. Now, I'm using Photoshop, but we can also do this in free and open source programs like GIMP. At the moment, this is a file that's made up of pixels. If we zoom in, we can see that it's lots of small squares all put together. Now I need to change it from this type of file to a vector file. A vector, rather remembering information as little squares, pixels, remembers lines and shapes. A vector can also be blown up or reduced to any size, and you won't see these pixels. I'm using the magic wand tool, and other programs have tools like the magic wand to try and just come in and get that creamy color. The little marching ants show me that I've got this creamy color selected. I'm not sure that the machine that I'm using will be able to cut out tiny thin bits. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to thicken up these areas and make them whole bits of black.
This machine is brand new, so let's start by getting it unboxed and set up. The Cricut Maker comes with a couple of accessories. This one is a washable fabric pen that can be used to plot stitch lines that disappear in the wash. The star accessory is the rotary fabric blade. It's basically a pizza cutter for fabric, and it's what we're going to use to cut Jackie's design today. The biggest advantage of this machine is the ginormous library of materials that it can cut. Anything from paper and vinyl through to tougher materials like balsa wood and leather. It's all fair game thanks to an equally impressive range of accessories. To use the machine, you start by loading a digital image into its accompanying software. The next step is to pick your material, place it onto the adhesive cutting mats, click go, then sit back and relax. Now that you've got a sense of what the machine is capable of, let's get Jackie's design loaded into Cricut Design Space. Because Jackie's already made a design, we're going to create a new project and import it. I'll click on Upload Image. Now there's a variety of compatible file types, but for this project we need a vector image file so the blade has a defined path to follow along when cutting. Thankfully Jackie's design is in SVG file format. With the design imported correctly into the workspace, I can start to manipulate the settings. Cricut Design Space is full of other features, including the ability to create new shapes and text directly in the workspace without having to import. After confirming the layout, it's time to choose your material. In our case, we're using thin cotton fabric, but there's a materials library with hundreds of other materials. Choosing one will automatically change the suggested tool and relevant cutting settings such as pressure and speed to ensure a perfect cut. We'll lock in cotton, then apply our material to the cutting mat before loading. So we're going to put our material onto this. All done. Let's get this peeled off and it's off to Jackie for the final assembly.
Thanks, Stephen. Now I've added the patches that Stephen cut on the Cricut to this bag. As you can see, it adds a beautiful bit of detailing. Now, if you'd like to make this project, please come to our workshop. There's also a PDF online. Link is at the end of this video. Thank you for joining us.
Looks awesome. Great use of old and new techniques. You're gonna have to make me one now, Jackie. If you like this video, I encourage you to jump onto our website and check out our digital What's On booklet. There's something for everyone, especially for all you thrifty crafters in our Yarra Make Do series of workshops. And we've got more creative tech videos to share with you soon, including laser cutting a book display stand. So be sure to follow Yarra Libraries on social media to stay up to date. I've got to get started on my next project. I'm thinking samurai face mask. Nobody's gonna steal my toilet paper again.
I'd like to see that project, Stephen. Thanks for joining us, everyone. And if you'd like assistance with technology, Yarra Libraries offers free one-on-one digital coaching both online and over the phone. Please go to our website and search for digital coaching for instructions on how to book. See you later.